What makes a man more than just a man? What takes an average individual and turns him into a legend? Is it how he lived, how he died, great deeds, or one shining moment? People come and go, but legends live forever and seem to grow with time and memory where the rest of us dwindle. The man who could sit in this chair would be a legend indeed.
Jacob's chair was named after a local rancher in the area that tragically died there.
A local rancher maybe, but with a life story that reads much more like the epic you'd expect from someone with such an iconic landmark. For At Your Leisure explorer Chris Brimhall, the modern-day voyager who went in search of Jacob on his ATV, this particular adventure brought not only adventure, but history around every corner.
We went on down into San Juan County, a place called Jacob's Chair. It's 18 miles east of Hype Crossing, the very headwaters of Lake Powell. The whole area is just riddled with history.
The shimmering waters of Lake Powell call to many a vacationer in the Rockies. But for those wanting a dry trail for an afternoon break from the houseboat, Jacob's Chair will lead you down paths of discovery in true legendary fashion. From the headwaters of Powell, Chris followed the footsteps of Franklin Jacob Adams, after whom the striking monument was named.
Jacob was just kind of a local character. Even from his childhood, he was lost for days, and when they found him, he looked up, he said, "Anybody got an apple?" He wasn't concerned about being lost, but he was hungry.
Born in the late 1800s, Jacob grew up to become a leading citizen in Blanding, owning the first Model A in town. By 1940, he was already something of a living legend when on a cattle drive a storm came up, cutting him off from his steers.
Jacob, in John Wayne fashion, jumps up on Blue, and he dug his spurs deep into the horse's belly, and Blue lunged into the river, and him and Blue just disappeared. 2 days later, they found Jacob's lifeless, broken body about 2 miles downstream. They never did find old Blue. The people of Blanding really loved and respected Jacob, and they wanted a monument to him. There's a big old rock sitting on a mesa, and they named it Jacob's Chair after him. They needed a big chair for a big man. This is just one story of many about this particular area down in San Juan County, but I find it very interesting, and the ride is just gorgeous. You take off, you cross the White River close to where Jacob jumped his horse into it. You go on up to the chair. There's some old cars along the way abandoned from the mining company that was up on top of Jacob's Chair. You hang the cliffs for miles and miles and miles. Part of it's quite steep.
The chair is easily visible from scenic Highway 95, but ascending the top by ATV is how Chris first discovered the butte. Gold Rush era reminders bake in the sun alongside red rock cliffs descending below. For Chris, the ride is only part of the experience though. Few people today remember the legendary life of Jacob Adams, or why Jacob's Chair even has that name in the first place. Rediscovering the forgotten histories of our ancestors is a journey in and of itself, leading Chris down paths both physical and historical.
I love these stories. I love to find these stories. I like to find out why things were named what they were named. Everything that's named something has a reason for it, be it a trail, a road. Somebody gave it a name for a reason, and I like to find out the reasons.
Even legendary individuals can be forgotten with time. Though Jacob Adams may disappear into memory like everyone else, the butte that bears his name will endure forever. In that way, so will Jacob, and riders who take the trip to the towering cliffs of San Juan County, Utah, will be reminded every time they see that big chair on the horizon. For At Your Leisure, I'm Bob Weldy.